map pick, I think they might struggle. So I'm going to have to go for Skade here, Ted.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're ready to begin with the pistol round, I actually agree with you. I'm going to go with Skade as well, but I don't think that's a surprise for you. They are my homeboys after all, and by the looks of it, they're going to kick things off with a boom as they're going for the B rush straight away, but Furlan and Rollin are going to punish the first two players, getting the first two peaks. A lot of damage done to Rainwaker as well. That's going to tag him low, and Le Mans is already on the flank. Of course, we know that there is these rotations between Le Mans and Reeds, if I'm not mistaken, in the team of Ago. Le Mans is the one that's playing on Dust2, and let's see if it pays off. And for the time being, he's going to be able to find a kill. And in fact, Skade, even though they find the bomb plant, is going to be only one kill around it, and around that didn't make Ago sweat for a second there.
Yeah, I mean, Furlan finding the 2 kills initially through the doors, it really just shut Skade down. Also, the smokes were a little bit late, you know, towards door. Maybe if that one landed a little bit sooner, we probably would have seen maybe Skade able to hold on. But, I mean, fair play to Ago. Their rotations were really, really quick there. I mean, how fast was Le Mans already in tunnels, already, you know, making steps, making sound, just so Skade have to focus towards that area, and his 3 teammates then to go for the retake from CT. They get it, they win the round, but the bomb plant allows Skade now to go for a force back. They've got the AK in the hands of Ships. They have a little bit of util on Oxygen and Duplicate. Let's see what they can do, but I actually am a big fan of this aggression from Fiku.
Yeah, Fiku, does he catch Duplicate off guard? No, he's prepared, waiting, and gets the kill. And Denislo is going to actually double down. The scout being put into fruition and into good use as well. Snatchy is going to go down. And now the 3 versus 5. Skade with the advantage. Denislo continuing to challenge over towards Mido. As in the meantime, Rainwaker is going to drop Rollin, and this force buy from Skade has worked out wonders. Furlan and Le Mans left in the 2 versus 4, and at this point they should realize they're completely left out of this round, and they might as well just go for the save.
And I mean, you know, you're looking at this is not how you want a second round to go after winning the pistol. This is, I mean, they've been completely shut out of this. Skade, they, from the get-go, put Ago under so much pressure. They found the initial kills. Of course, Fiku over-aggressing. Duplicate was able to take down him. Then Denislaw gets one with the scout. You know, you're already down 2 players, Ago. Then you're at a disadvantage. You lose one more. Yeah, completely go for the save. And I mean, Skade, fair play to them. You're looking at what they have saved forward as well. The 2 Galeals on Oxygen and Duplicate. Ships has the AK as well. Denislaw, he's not going to be too disappointed. He can definitely use the scout as we've seen in this round, so he's going to bring that forward. Well, Rainwaker can maybe be dropped over Duplicate's Galil, but as you can see there on your screen, the odds favouring Skade, I'm not really too surprised by that. I would give them the favourites in my opinion. If you want to check them out, you can head over to teb.gg/odds. You can sign up using code SPRING21. When you bet €20, you will get €20 back. That is, of course, with our great partners over at Pinnacle.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure not to miss that one out. As for now, Ago are going to be the ones to try and not miss that one round out as they go for the full reinvestment. The 3-man stack towards mid. Indeed, the push, and Rainwaker isn't ready for it in the slightest. Not sure if he managed to spot all 3 players there, though. He's going to go down. There's an immediate reaction from Skade trying to take short control. Snatchy with the scout is going to drop Oxygen. Ships finally finding the refrag. At least that's going to calm things for a second there. It's going to allow Skade to get the bomb side. But look at that. The bomb is doing T-spawn with Denislo. Oh, this is such an awkward fight. They don't realize it, but they have control over the bomb. And Duplicate needs to go for the fight to retrieve it. And he's going to be able to get the kill onto Le Mans. But still, this is such an awkward round.
And I love that. I love the triple push in towards the tunnels there. You know, you realize that you're on a pretty low buy. You go for something, you know, you make a play out of it. Go for some CT aggression. And, well, you catch Skade completely off guard. You get the man advantage. Then Fiku is able to find one as well, or Snatchy rather finds one with his scout. Now we see Skade left scrambling. They're going to try and make their way up towards A. Ago have 2 players here. It's Fiku and Rallen left a whole 40 seconds. And no util really to cross, and the bomb is dropped. And surely that's the round. Ships left in a 1v3. Gets tagged down low by Rallen. And Ago with a great reaction after losing the force by 2 Skade. They force back. They win. Now They have to survive one more force again from the Bulgarians.
If they only had the bump over towards shore, that would have been an entirely different round for Skade, but unfortunately for them, it was left in T-spawn with Danny, and in the moment that he goes down, you kind of think to yourself, yeah, that's going to be an awkward one, isn't it? And it doesn't work out. Now Skade, once again, on the back foot. Good news, a bit of a silver lining, is that they actually have 3 AKs in a go. So even though there is a Deagle and duplicate, there is some players on the rifles that can do damage. Let's see what they go for. It is going to be a bit of a slower round, a bit of a default, realizing that this time there's a lot of futil on the Ago side, and even if they wanted to, they wouldn't be able to go for such a fast round, and they're going to be struggling with grenades on their side as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you were saying the good news is they have the AKs. The bad news is they have 2 flashbangs and 2 smokes to work with. So it's going to be difficult to get into really any site here. They can go for a short execute, which is what I think we are going to see as they just make their way forward and take short. You see Laman has long doors locked down, and well, Fiku and Snatchy are here and waiting. The molly's going to be dropped. They're going to make their way forward. That's a huge entry for Oxygen to get. Now Fiku from CT. It's not the best of positions to hold. The man needs to not go down here, and he will win that fight. So at least Ago have a chance, but the bomb site has already been given up. Ago now are going to have to commit to the 4v4 retake.
Fiku up close, waiting for both his teammates from CT. There's the peek for him. He will have to fight here with Oxygen, and he's going to win the fight. Down to the 4 versus 3 region. Fiku is going to double up Dusky, triple up Fiku with the third, and that's going to leave Ships in the 1 versus 4. Lands the first, but he needs 3 more to go. All of them have been tagged down to 50, but Fiku needs to find every single kill, and Rollin isn't going to allow him to do that. 3 rounds on the board for Agu. What a retake from Fiku.
Yeah, what a retake from Fiku. He was actually the initial player over towards CT, but he waited for his teammates, waited for the support of him. But, I mean, shout out to Laman there. Laman goes down, that round is over. I mean, then Skade, they have long control, they have short control. You're only coming from one position, but I mean, look at this from Fiku. He finds the first kill, good reaction here onto the short player as well as he jumps up, and then even comes back for more. Goes back for duplicate, finds the kill, he goes down, but the job's already done. Ago 3-1 up, and now the odds, they're after switching over, Ted. Now they're favouring Ago, and well, looking at the buy that Skade have, you can understand why. 3-1, you've only a few deagles, a few upgraded pistols, you've won AK on ships, but is it going to be enough, is my question.
At least not for the time being, because Lemon is going to pick up 1, make it 2 after the initial falls as well. Still though, there is 2 rifles in the round, but Ago already have established control over the bomb duplicate in a really good position to pick up a kill, but Rainwaker is going to fall in the meantime. Duplicate not able to double up, and that's going to leave Ships in the 1 versus 4. The IGL just left out of the round completely. I'm not sure if he's lagged out.
I think he disconnected. No? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's lagged out. That's unfortunate. And he was one of the AK players as well, so we should be seeing a technical timeout coming through. And there you have it for Skade. You know, Skade have had these technical difficulties in the past days. We've seen a number of times other players standing in. Ships, Mar, Grash, or Caliber they've all been standing in for Skade in the past days. And we really hope that across the playoff stage, across this game as well, they won't have a lot of these, because it's really devastating when you have the time to put into pracs. You've actually prepared, and just in the moment that you jump into an official, a thing like that happens and you need to play with someone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's really annoying as well because it's completely out of your control. You know, it's just, you just have to hope, really, especially if it's an internet issue, you know, if you just have to hope that nothing goes wrong. And it would be bitterly disappointing, of course. This is Skade's first game in the event, being one of the playoff invited teams, rather. And, well, you know, already 4-1 down and losing your best player, one of your best players, Ships. I mean, you're going to be disappointed. They don't look too upset, though. I mean, you know, giggling, laughing away. They don't look too bothered by it. It is still very early days, so at least they're seeing the funny side of it for the moment. But I believe we will be waiting. What I actually would love to comment on, man, those jerseys are sick, by the way.
Yeah, right. They are really good. You know, Skate, if you wanna send us some jerseys, we can give you some addresses. But yeah, totally. You know, at one point when you have a lot of these technical issues, like the first time you're going to be upset, the second time you're going to be upset, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. When it starts happening all over again, at one point you're like, yeah, it's happening again, right? And everyone just starts laughing because at this point it's just horrendous, and you're not gonna get annoyed by it. And speaking about the player cams, Ago actually looking quite focused. We can see that they're not showing any emotions on their faces. They're even look at the jiggle on the chair. They're even nervous. They want to play.
They're raring to go. That's what that is. I wouldn't call that nervous. I would say, you just want to get in there. You want to.
You're just pumped in.
Yeah, and I mean, you can understand why. They're already 4-1 up. The momentum is behind them, and it's always the question when you go into these techs, you go into these little pauses. Does it break up the momentum that much that it might stagger the other team? We don't know. Of course, it's completely out of Skade's hands that Chips is disconnected, but it could actually help them in the long run. Just breaking up the play a little bit, having a little bit of time just to think about their next move, plan their next attacks, and maybe just calm down and pick up a few rounds in the server. Now, the only thing that isn't going for them, I suppose, is the money situation, because I mean, it is going to be an eco for them in the next round when we get back underway. But for now, I don't think.
Oh, look at that!
I don't think we will be going into the game anytime soon.
Yeah, I just remembered, when you said that we were not going to be going into the game anytime soon, I just remembered the way that Dennis Lowe was laughing, and I'm like, yeah, probably Ship's just disconnected or his electricity went out and he started swearing. Like in the moment that you see them laughing like that, 100% something like that happened. But it is devastating, and it's devastating that at least it doesn't happen in the later stages of the game. Because imagine this happens maybe in map 3 in this scenario, then it's going to be really tilting for Skade. But when it happens in the beginning of the game, like nothing has been thrown outside of the window yet. Nothing has been going on. You haven't even had your shot at a first buy round. So yeah, this might annoy you a bit, but you're gonna be like, yeah, at least it's not in a key moment. Like we're gonna have some time to adapt, even if we need a stand-in to help in. So things are not gonna be looking too bad for Skid, right? Even if you have to call someone else, there's a lot of talented guys that you can go for. We already mentioned people like even Poison that's going to be playing later today, by the way, in the other quarterfinal, taking on Fiend.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we are going towards that that stage that we will possibly need a stand-in for Ships, which is a little bit annoying. But as you said, the talent pool in Bulgaria at the minute, I mean, you can only be brimming with pride, Ted, because I mean, there's just so many good players in the scene at the moment. You've spoken not only about Skade, but Fiend have been on an absolute tear at the minute. And everywhere you look, you seem to have at least one very, very strong Bulgarian in the team, of course.
Okay, so we have some information actually on what's going to happen, and Caliber is going to be the one to step up and play for the Skade side. Of course, for those of you that don't know, Caliber is as well one of the I would say big talents in the Bulgarian scene. He's currently playing Kin Fate, who were a really decent opponent for the side of Skade in the past months, like before the past months. And in recent time, Fate have had their struggles. I believe they're playing playoffs to get into ECA Premier as well. So he is going to be stepping up. It's kind of a shame because Ships is the IGL as well, so it kind of doubles up the work that Punisher needs to do in the tactical timeouts, because the coach needs to kind of realize that he has to manage everything in this like limited period of time.
Yeah, I mean it's annoying enough when you have a player disconnect and you have to use the stand-in. It's even more difficult when it's an IGL. I mean, it's so hard to actually play your proper game. Now, Skade are true professionals, of course, and well, I will have no doubt, won't struggle, especially having a player like Caliber coming in. I mean, he is of a very good caliber. See what I did there? But yeah, I mean, like,
awful.
Yeah, awful puns. Yeah, get used to them. I'm afraid because they're gonna keep coming
I'm
throughout
doing
the
them.
series.
I'm doing them so much, you know.
Yeah, oh man, it's actually desperate. We're as bad as each other at this stage, you know. But yeah, no, we'll be waiting a little bit, of course, just until Caliber gets in and gets ready to go. And well, I go just trying to stay warm a little bit. It would seem just keep the hands going. Looks like Caliber is in the server, and hopefully this technical pause will come to an end shortly.
Yeah, and you know, for Ago that have been on a flying start, these technical timeouts aren't the best thing to hope for, because apparently you're right now playing the map pick of your opponents. You feel quite comfortable going into Ancient as the second map. You feel like you're gonna just run over Skade there. Of course, we can't know what's gonna happen, but that's at least what Ago, how Ago feel about this one. And when you have a 4-1 start, now it's going to be an eco, so potentially 5-1, or at least a couple of upgraded pistols, maybe on duplicate Denislow and Oxygen. But a couple of upgraded pistols, 5-1 lead on the map with your opponents. Things are looking really good for you, and you don't want to be going into timeouts like that, because this is the thing that can break the momentum.
Looks like we should be ready to go in the next moment or so. See all the sprays there on the ground. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And well, I mean, this is Igo's best chance, you know, in my opinion. It's devastating for Skade, of course, to lose ships, but this is Igo's best chance now. You don't have, that frag in IGL in the server that you have to deal with. You have to deal with Caliber. Yes, he'll pose his own threats, but it's not, it's not a core that has been cracking together, maybe, putting in the work on this map, as you said in the pregame over the last few weeks when they've had the little bit of a time off, the few breaks in between. And this could possibly be Ago maybe even taking their first map away from Skade. Of course, they have played twice already this year. I believe in Blast Rising and I believe in Snow Sweet Snow number 2. That was in the regional stage.
Yeah.
But, Ago lost all the time. It was a 2-0 every time.
Ago yet to win their first map against Skade.
Yeah, I mean,
this might be the day.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like it would point that way. 4-1 on their on Skade's map pick, yes, but I think as well, Ancient is a really good pick for them. I don't think Skade will have much. Well, I think they will have prepared for it, but I don't think they're going to be as strong as Ago. Ago are probably one of the strongest sides that I have seen on Ancient that I have watched. Of course, more recently they've taken down Endpoint. That was in overtime. They did an overtime win against Fours in order to qualify for the final of ESEA Premier. So, there's some big teams that they've beaten. And, well, I don't know, Skade, their map pool, or rather who they played against. They lost to 777 Esports. They beat Lingby Vikings. I mean, Lingby are a good team on the map, but I don't know. I think it is going to be difficult. So if Ago managed to steal away one here, possibly we could be seeing Skade go out.
We might. And at this point, especially when you have your IGO already out of the server, you kind of wonder, have Skade done enough preparations for this game? Because they've had one day. They knew that they would be playing the winner of days before. So if Punisher has put on the work for the preparations, if he has a proper anti-strat for this one, they might have known what maps they're gonna play. I feel like there has been a decent time spent to try and be well prepared for this one, and the Dust2 map pick justifies that. I don't think they would pick Dust2 if they didn't have a clear idea on how they want this series to go. But still, ships going out is going to be a massive punch, and let's see if they're going to be able to come back from it, because right now even in terms of the score, things are not looking great. I feel like the technical timeout is going to go out in just a couple of seconds. So we should be jumping in the server and we should be seeing just how much can Skade do with the upgraded pistols, as Caliber is going to be the one standing in for ships. Of course, for those of you that are just joining in, ladies and gents, this is the second quarterfinal of today. We still have 2 more to go, and they're going to be... Oh, I can't even describe it. Like, we're going to be watching Complexity taking on Fiend and Fury taking on OneWin. We have the 2 favorites to potentially win the entire tournament playing their quarterfinals later today. So make sure you don't miss these ones out, as well as this one between Skade and Ago, because it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, I mean, you know, while we have a little bit of a break as well, I would actually like to get your opinion. Who do you think, in your mind, are possibly the favorites, just before we get back into the game?
Who are the favorites?
For the whole event?
Oh, for the it should be Complexity, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a different level compared to what they're used to playing, and a lot of times we see when better teams go into the tier 2, tier 3 scene, they actually struggle. I would say Extremum are a really good example of that. They were a core that was used to playing on the top level, and now they are just struggling here. But in the meantime, I feel like individually, team-wise, Complexity are just a bit better than all of the teams. And of course, you have Furia. Like, I feel like they're the only team maybe that could upset Complexity, and that if Complexity used to lose to, is gonna be acceptable for them. Like, they're gonna say, okay, fair enough, we lost to Furia. They're a really decent side. I feel like it's gonna be a massive disappointment for Complexity if they lose to anyone else.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. I'd have to go for the Furia boys, though. I mean, I do love watching our play. I think he's an absolute mastermind, and well, I'd be very excited to see what they can do against OneWin today. Of course, Deco, he's going to pose his own threats to the Brazilians, but for now, we'll focus on this game at hand. A minute left on the clock, and Snatchy's found the opening kill. The Molly is just going to actually burn down a a lot, and he's going to be forced out. Fico takes him down, and Snatchy finds another, and so far so good. Nobody going down. Flash is trying to make their way forward, but Fico is just locking down that short position with his opper. And I mean, as clean as you like, they don't take any damage at all. They don't let Skade get a bomb plant. What a perfect round from the Polish powerhouses.
Yep, a clean one. That's essentially how we want to see these rounds going on. You see only a couple of graded pistols, maybe some utility, not a single armor. On the side, you want to see the city just cleared out without losing a single member, or maybe a potential one. But now, it's big boy time. Now is the guns, the AWP in the hands of Dinosaur, the AKs for the rest of the gang. Let's see how they go. And oh, that's a nice opening from Fico and Snatchy.
I love that aggression on the CT side. Look at this, Skade getting completely shut down. And I mean, Fiku, just the confidence to go for that peek towards top middle. He finds the kill. Denislot and Rainwaker now are left in a 2v5. And they're going to make their way to tunnels. It looks like they are going to head towards B. But I mean, how good has Fiku been so far? Like, Fiku has, I believe he's on 10 kills already. You know, he is really, really feeling it today, and it is going to be difficult to get by a guy like that. Lovely reaction shot from Denislaw leaves Furlan alone, and now if he gets at least one here, it will be enough. Denislaw now holding towards DT, finds the first. It is going to be traded back as Furlan peeks out. It will be Le Mans to get the last 6-1. So far, so good for Ago. And Skade, without a bomb plant in that round as well, is going to see only a few upgraded pistols invested into this next round.
And the round ended in like what, 15 seconds, right? They lost 3 players in the opening 15-20 seconds. That's not what you want in your first buy round on your own map pick. Skade, this is not the start that they were hoping for sure. Let's see if they manage to bounce back from it. Now they have the upgraded pistols. The Digos Rainwaker already making his way out of Long, and Le Mans is the one to welcome him.
Needs to be careful. I mean, Rainwaker is just going to sit in that smoke. And he's actually going to play around it. Le Mans getting a little bit over-aggressive. He'll go down. Snatchy is now caught behind Car as Skade make their way up short. Rallen tries to push now in behind. The op can be recovered by Skade if they want it, but the bomb has gone down. And this is the first time we've really seen Ago in a dangerous position, rather on the back foot as Duplicate drops Rallen. Furlan gets the trade, but is it going to be enough? Rainwaker has recovered an M4 and Denisaw on that AWP. The nade takes down Oxygen. It's now the 2 rifles left to deal with. Denislaw should have this kill. He has no armor. Finds the first. It is going to be traded, and it's Fiku left in the 1v1. Now knows where Rainwaker is. Spots him out. Hits the headshot. I mean, can anyone stop Fiku right now? I don't know. He is on fire already in this best of 3. 7-1 Ago. Look at the money on the CT side. It's absolutely fantastic. And he's going to save an op as well. I mean, the Polish have not come to mess around today. They have come to play, and Skade are already looking a little bit shaky.
And the missed shots from the back from Rainwaker, that was unfortunate. You know, you should be winning a 1 versus 1 like that. He didn't have any idea that you're over towards long. He didn't expect the second player, considering Denislaw was already behind Karin. He got taken down, so that's a free kill for Rainwaker. He misses the first 2 shots. That's a nice opening goal for Denislaw. Pretty good recovery. You know, if nothing else, at least Skade managed to do a lot of damage. And now they can continue, and Denislaw, he's gonna double up and double down. The double entry from the AWP and the push, it's absolutely perfect. That's the recovery that Skade needed. After getting 4 players down in the last, now they make it look easy.
Yeah, Denislaw with the double entry there. That's absolutely huge. Furlan just got a little bit unlucky. I mean, he makes the gamble play. Duplicate just sprint through a Molotov. I mean, I suppose not letting them save at all. Snatchy finds that shot. It's going to be difficult for him to hang on to the op. As I said, though, it's not going to be too much of a problem looking at the money on the CT side. If you can find this kill. Snatchy with some nice flicks, to be fair. Bombs down. Round is going to be Skade's. Nevertheless, it is really just about trying to take the op off him. But, I mean, losing 2 players, Skade mightn't be too inclined to go for it. Their money isn't fantastic. You know, they don't want to have to rebuy. Like, if they put so many people into the hunt here and they end up losing more rifles, they don't want to rebuy, you know, 3 or 4 players. So they're just going to sit. They're going to let Snatchy hang on to that AWP. Ago are going to have a very good fight in the next round, but at least Skade get a second on the board.
Yeah. That's, like, we spoke about the last round. We kind of forgot the fact that it was just a half buy. It was the upgraded pistols in the armor. Yes, it was a really close one, but you do the damage. Now is the first gun round, or rather the second gun round, the first after the reset, so you managed to bounce back quite well. Now, you lose this gun round, things are going to start looking really ugly. Now, you're back in the game. You need to win 1 more, and you're going to be able to reset the economy of the city side.
A little bit more of a default here. We see the aggression there from Duplicate. He tries to find the entries. He's got a double entry towards long. Oh my, Duplicate. That is absolutely lovely. He's just playing through mollies, burning to 9 HP, but he gets a double kill. I mean, absolutely huge. Oxygen is going to fail that smoke now. Oh.
You know, that happens to me all the time. You know, there is a bit of a difference between me and him, but yeah, it happens to all of us.
I'm not a big fan of this map, so I'm not throwing that smoke too often.
That's because it's a name map, and you're
not an aimer.
Yeah. I would say you're a massive gamer, but that's about it. Maybe you're really good at Mario Kart, but CS, nah. Snatchy though, he's quite good at CS, especially with the sniper, as he's gonna pick up 1 doubles up, and that's the bomb as well. Caliber going for the peak, maybe not realizing that he was the bomb carrier here. And Furlan, he's added on to that. That was the 2 versus 5, and now the 2 versus 2. Duplicate tagged down to 9. They need to recover the bomb. They have been able to do so, and now Denny and Duplicate making their way up towards short. If they actually, if they decided to go for the contact play, they might have caught Snatchy off guard, but now he knows exactly where they're coming from. Still, he's second-guessing himself for a long, trying to isolate the fight, and he's gonna get the collateral. Snatchy with the double kill. 1 bullet needed for both, and Ago, they answer immediately.
Skade, what is that round? I mean, not only lining up here,
that's a 2v5, man.
I know, they dropped the bomb on short there, Caliber. That is a big mistake, mate. That is absolutely shocking from Skade's point of view. That should have been their 3rd round, done and dusted. Ago are able to get 8-2, and now we are going to see Skade get aggressive towards long. They need to win this fight. The flashes are good, but everybody's blind. Now Leman will awaken. He will come to his senses. He has a lovely double kill, looking for the triple. Oxygen with the headshot should be traded back from Fiku, and indeed it is. Advantage Ago, a 2-man advantage. Denislaw and Rainwaker. What can they really do? They Well, I say Rainwaker's making his way up short, but Snatchy is holding. Dennistal left alone in pit. Finds the double. Ago might have just given them a chance back in this round.
Does he realize that they could be so close, though? Yes, he does. He's gonna have a 1v1 against Dio, but Roland not missing a shot anytime soon. Fiku currently 13-5. And you know, the good news for the Ago side are that actually Fiku has slowed down in the previous rounds, but his entire team hasn't. Like, as a unit, Ago are looking really well. It feels like everyone can step up to the plate when they need it. And, you know, Skade, this 5 versus 2 is gonna hurt, because they realize at this point they've lost the half because of it. They've lost the half because of that 5v2. There's the tactical timeout. I feel like it was about time for them. They need to change. They need to switch things up, because that was their way back into the half. You were down 7-2. You get yourself in a 5v2. You win the round 7-3, resetting the economy of the CTs 7-4. Then you have a really close game. Now you're still on 2. Your opponents are already on 9, and the money on your side is just not looking great. You lose this by round, you're just reset, and you have a player on the Digo.
Yeah, they really will be kicking themselves. Now, we're seeing a lot of presence towards the tunnels early on in this round, but they're going to make their way towards lower. And as you said, Fiku, he has slowed down a little bit in the last few rounds, but, I mean, Ago, they've been really good. Snatchies hit some insane shots. Fiku now might have a chance just to step it up a little bit, but that smoke is going to deny him. Decides not to throw the Molotov. The nade is going to do a little bit of damage, but look at this setup here. Valen is very, very close. Actually gets into the smoke. They haven't checked him. Finds him first. Looking for more. Panics, and he goes down. Skade have the advantage. Furlan sitting just behind the smoke in tunnels. Has to win this fight here with Rainwaker. Snatchy tries to help him out, but the B-split is in full flow.
Rainwaker realizing that he might get pushed, he needs to stay alive, but Furlan is gonna drop him. There's the refrag from Caliber, a much needed one as well, but both Caliber and Duplicate have been tagged low. This is not gonna be an easy task. Snatcher with the flash for his teammate to try and pick Wave. Realizing where Caliber is, he's gonna try and time the peek, but he's gonna get double mollied. Somehow gets the kill. Caliber, he's gonna burn to a crisp, but he's done his job. He's secured Duplicate a 1 versus 1 opportunity against Snatchy, and with the AWP, it won't even matter that Duplicate is low, and he's just buying time at this point, just playing below the window, trying to hide for as long as possible, and Snatchy, he might not be aware. He's gonna tap the bomb. Does he go for a check? Yes, he will, but Duplicate, quick on the trigger. That's 3 for Skade.
3 for Skade. I mean, at this stage, it doesn't matter how you win them. It's just as long as you win them. And Skade, it was a little bit messy, you know, especially that play towards mid, you know, in the smoke. I honestly thought, I believe it was Rallen was going to get at least 2, but he only does damage to the second one, gets the first. But I mean, they're going to call a timeout.
It's a really unorthodox way of taking middle control, right? Especially when you see T's throw that smoke, you would guess that they're just going to try and cross to or short, and they just go for the flash and push through it.
Yeah, it is a little bit orthodox, but I mean, if it works, it works. And it did work. I mean, a little bit unlucky for Furlan maybe in the smoke, you know, to get spammed by Caliber, and the retake coming down to the clutch situation coming down to the 1v1. Could have went either way. Ago just calling the timeout now because they have to go for a force here. They're on pretty much a double eco. So the man can bring out an M4. There's 2 MP9s, but this should be Skade's way back into this first half and at least, you know, get on their way to maybe pick up 5 rounds. 6 might be a little bit out of the question, but definitely get a 4th and a 5th here in the next 2.
Yeah, especially when you've had such a, like, let's say, tough start, when you had to go for a switch up. And actually, I love this switch of approach from Rainwaker. He maybe remembers what happened last time when Nago were on the force buy, so this time he goes, you know what, I'm just gonna fall back. I'm gonna be holding these tunnels from T-spawn, Denny helping him out from T-spawn, and they had a pretty decent setup for this one. And now Furlan, good for 1, but that's going to be immediately traded by Oxygen, which is going to allow Skade to go for the bomb plant and for the round win. So we can see that actually Skade are thinking of how they can actually counter these rounds from Ago. It's worked out in this scenario, and they've won themselves the chance to even try and fight for maybe 5 and 6 rounds here, which is going to be more than good for them, considering how things started.
Snatchy has found himself an M4, so that will help, of course. Now, saving a Khalil and M4 isn't terrible, considering the rest of Ago are going to be on an eco. So have a look. Rallen can drop over this Deagle. Snatchy doesn't have an upgraded pistol, so he won't be able to drop over anything really. But Skade, yeah, good result for them. Good round. Pick up a fourth. Now 2 rounds to go. Should be a 5th round for them, unless we see a hiccup, unless we see maybe a Deagle or 2 cause a problem, and it will be Fiku that will be picking up Rallen's Deagle. So I don't think Furlan and Le Mans are going to be investing anything. Going to play for the next.
Le Mans doesn't need it. He's the man. We've already spoken about this. Like, if he was living in France, he would be the man.
He is the man, to be fair, on Dust2. You can see, you know, as we said, he's the player, rather the 6th man in the lineup. Him and Reeds do the rotating. Oh, that's a over-aggressive peek there from Ox. The spray from Duplicate.
A bit scrappy?
Yeah, it's a little bit messy, isn't it? Caliber is now here on hand to provide a little bit of help, but it's a 4v4. Furlan has done enough. And now Skade, just going to smoke off the cross. They might make their way forward. Rainmaker has short control. And I now have the information. They've cleared tunnels. The peek out from shore here should be good from Rainmaker. Oh, but Furlan finds another one.
How are these USPs so effective? Every single time we see a double headshot from them. I have no idea how, but Duplicate, that's a nice recovery. Double kill. It's going to at least put things back to normal, considering that this wasn't a full investment for Mago. Skade, they want to make sure that it's not even a question if they're going to win the round or not. It's just a matter of, okay, how many players do we lose in the process? But we're winning at 100%. So losing 2, not going to be too bad. Yes, these 2 players don't have a lot of cash, but you're going to be able to drop over. It's going to be the last round of the half. So this is not such a huge problem if you win the round. And they managed to do it. 5 on the board now for them. They start their mini comeback in the first half. The thing is that this will have to continue in the second if they want to have the chance to. I can't even imagine that I'm saying this. If they want to have the chance to contest their own map pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very, very good from Ago. They have slowed down a little bit, though, in the later stages. You see there, you know, they've lost the last 3 rounds. To be fair to them, they were on only pistols. A few rifles saved forward. But now we've got the op out on Snatchy. And I mean, he's been one of the standout players, you know, at 2KD with that AWP. He's really caused Skade problems. Now he needs to have the same impact. He's going to be flashed off the angle. Duplicate is going to be trying to just take a little bit of long control himself, but decides against it. Snatchy just not too sure if somebody has got out that nade, not going quite deep enough. So Skade just going into a little bit of a default here. Ago, they do have long control. They spot nothing out towards lower tunnels, so not too much information gathered so far. Well, oh, Rallen, he's a lucky boy to just get underneath that smoke and get away. Skade still have plenty of time, and they might go for a little bit of a similar play through middle.
Yep, they go for the same. Last time it worked out, and Duplicate once again, you know, he has been really sharp on the entries. Once again, finding this initial kill. This time, though, Agu are a bit more prepared. This time, they have 2 defenders over towards B, but Duplicate and Caliber are gonna continue, and somehow, someway, Skade, they make it 6, and they make it look easy from being 9-2 down. That's a really good recovery. Of course, unless Le Mans and Snatchy decide to win another 2v5, but I feel like the circumstances are a bit tougher now. Oh. 4 by 3.
Awkward.
That's just 4 by 3.
Yeah, that was really awkward, but I mean, it works out for Skade. A good round there. They've had a lot of success with that mid play, and it works out one more time. I go a little bit disappointing towards B. Hold not doing enough. And well, now we swap over. Second half comes in, 9-6. I go on the T side. Let's see what they can bring, you know. Fiku, actually, you know, since we said he's been playing well, he hasn't got a kill, I believe, in the last 6 rounds. So it's a little bit disappointing from him. He'll be looking to, you know, step up his game a little bit more. The job's not done, as Skade are proving here. They're making their way back. What's interesting to me, though, is there is no kit on the side of Skade.
Yeah, they're going for the straight fights. If they allow the bomb plant to go in, it's going to be extremely tough to even try and think about winning the round. And with Fico picking up that first kill, things are not looking great for the Bulgarian side. Still though, we know how capable they are with their USPs. Let's see if someone steps up in the right moment. I love this approach from Ago. They slow things down, just looking for the peaks. They've already gotten themselves one, and now they're waiting for Skade to make a mistake. And Caliber, actually, this might be the mistake that they're waiting for. He's not able to connect. Falls back, doesn't want to go down. He's going to lift his team into the 3 versus 5, and that's surely not what they were hoping for.
It needs to be careful. Well, the flash through the doors. Furlan still has a little bit of util here as well. And I don't know if he's going to use that smoke just for CT. They haven't really made up their mind just yet. What they are going to do is use their last flash to take short. And, well, with 40 seconds now, they look to make their way back. So they're faking out a little bit of presence. They hear the rotation. There's only one player towards B. Caliber holding from mid, and Fiku will take him down. Now we see only one player holding, and he's going to be alone on this B site. Needs to be careful. It's Rainwaker. Peeks out, finds a lovely double, drops the bomb, and now that's the round up in the air. Rallen needs to find this kill. Fiku will find a third in the round. Rallen will take him down. They need to get that bomb down, though. They need to find it. Never mind. Rallen through the smoke finds the headshot onto Duplicate. It's the pistol going in favor of the Polish side. 10-6, only 6 rounds away now from stealing away Skade's map pick.
And what an effort that was from Rainwaker. I mean, you're completely alone, you're getting surrounded by 5 players, you push out through window, you somehow miraculously get a double kill out of it, you drop the bomb outside, you stay alive for a couple more seconds, and somehow, someway you still lose the round. So he did whatever he could, that was his best, but unfortunately for him, Ago were just a bit too prepared to take out every single one of his teammates in the meantime. And just like that, Skade once again on the back foot on the force.
Now, they did lose the pistol in the first half, and they won the first fight. So, I mean, don't count them out just yet. But, I mean, already the damage being done there to Dennis is going to make it a little bit difficult. The util being dropped, though, by Oxygen, that smoke is just going to cause Ago a few problems. It's just going to stagnate them for a little bit.
Oh, but Duplicate has the flash for Oxygen.
Furlan going to just peek through the mid just to check the corners. At least there is a trade frag coming in, and now Ago, they're going to commit up towards B. Oxygen peeks a little bit too early. Leman is ready and holding, and now Ago just need to be careful that Duplicate doesn't walk through this smoke.
Oh, and he's waiting for the sound cues, but Rainwaker this time just going down. Duplicate going for the swing in the meantime. He's gonna fall, and that's gonna leave Danny to his own devices. The scout, the armor, and the save. 11 on the board for Ago. Things are not looking great for Skade in the beginning of the second half as well. And you know, this is one of the things that maybe most of the time is going to be really worrying for the team that has picked the map. When you struggle to pick up those initial rounds in the beginning of each half, it kind of seems like you're getting completely and utterly dominated. And especially when Ago actually managed to win some buy rounds as well in the mix, it makes it really tough, because they get the first, like, they got 4 out of the first 5 rounds in the first half. Now they've gotten 2 out of the first 2. They're going to be able to get 3 now, as it's just an eco. So what does that make? That makes 7 out of the first 8 rounds of both halves. That's a lot. Skade have picked up only 1 of those. Unless, of course, they win the eco. But, you know, I wouldn't be betting on that.
I mean, I shouldn't be walking into this stack. It just shouldn't happen. You see Furlan, he's going to be the man sent in to clear it out. The nade does a lot of damage. Now, he could be in a little bit of trouble. Spots out one player, that nade. Now, he is being spammed through the smoke, realizing that it is a B stack. The information is gathered. And, I mean, that's just good play from a player on a Mac 10. Send him into the site. You know, get the information for your team. Ago react. They go towards A. They're going to get a bomb plant. And, well, Skade, they've already taken a good bit of damage. Well, that is the plant on top of the box. This is... No, there's no way. There's no way Skade win this one.
Yeah, you know what Ago are going to be saying to Skade?
What?
The skin of caliber of the P250.
I didn't see it.
See you later, alligator. Yeah, that was awful. I'm sorry. We just had to be equal, but Fico and Roland are gonna have some fun towards CT, getting a couple of those kills. There's another headshot and another one to finish it off. And if it comes to another one, this might be GG's, at least for Dust2, as now Skade go for their first buy round in the second half. AWP in the hands of Denislaw and force for the rest of the gang, but they need to make this one work. So far, it has been only Duplicate and Denislaw, showing us some promising stuff. Yes, we've seen a good hold, I want to say, on the pistol from Rainwaker, but nothing too substantial. And I actually want to see the individuals on the Skade side to wake up.
Yeah, this is their chance, and really one of the only chances that they're going to have. Oxygen is already out of the round, man. Oh, the swing here. Roland spamming through the smoke will take him down. Denislaw makes his presence known with that AWP, and he's going to be mollied out now. Doesn't have a smoke. The molly actually isn't going to spread just yet. Now Roland peeks forward. Caliber drops him, and at least, you know, kind of stabilizes the round a little bit for Skade. There's still a man down, but you know, it stops that little bit of panic, and now Denislaw will make it even. Snatchy will fall. Ago are down to 3, and we see LeMan. He's stuck in quite an awkward position.
No, he's the one that doesn't have to move right now. He's just waiting for his teammates to make some contact. He makes some noise there, only to keep Denislaw occupied. And now he actually might get caught off guard. That's a moment of huge miscommunication. Caliber doesn't have an idea, and if he goes down now, that's round over. And Huo, Rainwaker, nothing that you can do in this situation. What a moment of miscommunication here from Skade. Denislaw didn't have an idea that he can die from short. And that was really controversial. You know, there was a bit of controversial stuff in this round, starting from the P90 buy from Oxygen, which, you know, it kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be seeing it in this game. Maybe later in the Furia one-win game we might see it. But yeah, was a little bit shocked by it. And well, Oxygen, he didn't really do too much with it, did he?
His head got checked as well.
Yeah, I mean, that Skade round there, they did a good job to kind of stabilize it, you know, to kind of slow it down. Denislaw did really well to get it back into a 3v3. But I mean, it just goes to show maybe that it is just, you know, Caliber being the stand-in, the communication just not really there, you know, knowing what they're going to do. Maybe just not communicating to his opera that, you know, you could possibly die from short. The setup just wasn't too good. And, well,
he was maybe hoping that they won't go for the contact play like that. He was maybe hoping that they would make some noise with the grenades, maybe try to go for maybe a higher peak to go for the headshot angle towards side, but it doesn't work out. Now Skade go for a half buy, but it's 13-6 already. Unless you make this one work, you're gonna be down 14-6, and from now on, yeah, it's not like we haven't seen games like that go either way, but I feel like Agro are just feeling the momentum right now. I don't think they're gonna allow Skade to get back into this one. They're just capitalizing on the opportunity that they have, considering that Ships isn't even in the server.
And I mean, it's not only, you know, I don't want to like put it just down to Ships not being in the server. Ago are playing well. Like it's not the only reason that they're winning. Ago are playing some decent Counter-Strike. Skade, they have been a little bit lackluster on this map, and well, now they might pay the price, and they might pay the ultimate price. We see Ago, they slow it down still. They have the man advantage. They don't have to go overly aggressive. That's a lovely flash. And Furlan won't be able to capitalize off it just yet. He's going to get into the corner. Oxygen, I don't believe, has seen it. Do a little bit of damage. Lovely peek. Shoots the AK away from himself, though. It is going to be a problem. Snatchy is holding. Oxygen finds a second. Snatchy goes down. Hold on a second. The round's not over. But as I say that, Caliber, he's going to be left in a 1v2. Ago have just about recovered it. But the bomb is dropped. Fiku is holding. Caliber has seen him, but won't be able to find the kill. The stand-in goes down. Ago get a 14. And now 14-6. It's last chance for Skade on Dust2. They need to win this round, or we will be going over to Ago's map pick with them 1-0 up.
And Fiku's woken up. He's 21-9. We spoke about him struggling to put on numbers in the second half of the first 15 rounds. Well, now he's back. He's back to action. He's finding kills once again. And that could as well spell disaster in capital letters for the Skade side. Now they go to the AWP once again, the full buy. utility for everyone, rifles for everyone, but you can't afford to make a single mistake from now on. You need to be precise, you need to be professional with it, and you can't even think about allowing Ago a man advantage, because in this scenario, this might be it.
Oh, Alan, missed opportunity there. Tried to just find that kill, wasn't able to do so. Denislaw already got one in the round. He's dropped the off of Snatchy. Now, Ago, you're going to actually switch up the pace a little bit here. They look to get aggressive up towards short, but they slow it down, Duplicate. Just make sure everything is clear. There's 4 players towards this A site for Skade, so if Ago want to slow it down, if they want to smoke off CT, they will just isolate Rainwaker. Now, the question is, do they know that, and do they read into it? Now, Rallen, he is just going to play off that smoke, a deep smoke, in towards CT. So now Ago, they're running out of utility. They've only 2 flashes, but they are going to make their way out middle. They need to just deal with Caliber, and then they have one more player on the B site, and now it is all left on Rainwaker to try and put a stop to Ago in this round, or it will be matching point to the Polish side.
Oh,
he falls, Fiku takes him down. Surely that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with this position from Roland, they might even get denied the chance to save the AWP, and that's going to be the final nail in the coffin of Skade for sure. Denislaw lands this shot. It is actually a 2 versus 2, so they might as well try and go for it. Denislaw picking up that defuse kit, but are they going to be aware of the middle flank? And no. Danny going down. Oxygen now realizing I have a 1v1 on the side, but it's going to be way too tough. He's already made his way into tunnels. Oxygen needs to try and isolate the fights, and I think that at this point he might as well just try and go back. I think that's 9 consecutive map points for Ago on the map choice of Skade. Dust2 hasn't worked out. Skade are yet to pick up their first CT round, and they might not even get the chance to do so.
Yeah, really, Skade unable to capitalize on the momentum that they were building up towards the later stages of the first half, and well, now it is all forward momentum for Ago. It's 15-6. We see only 1 M4 out for Skade. They are going to get aggressive up middle, but Ago are holding. Well, Oxygen, he needs to go huge with the FAMAS. The man has already got the first kill, and Rallen is being very, very passive here. They should get this kill if Oxygen pushes up, but he is being very, very still. He's being very, very patient. He might just be out. Now Le Mans finds a second. Skater down to 3, and unless Denislaw, oh, this is huge.
Oh, he's praying the trigger discipline gets 1 in Le Mans. He's low on HP. Denislaw, he can double down. Does he go for it? Has the support of Caliber, and there's the second kill from Denny. That's massive. Caliber with 1 as well. Skade, they might get to live another day. Still though, even though you have Snatch in the 1 versus 3, with the AWP, you will need to win so many rounds, but let's see how much damage Snatch has managed to do, as he's gonna land the first. Down to 4 HP now, has the AWP. He's gonna reposition himself over towards the A-bomb side and try and push them from behind. Good news for Skade. If he doesn't shift, which he will, they would have been able to hear him. Oh, and now they hear the steps. He's just faking it out, though. He's trying to toy with him, but throwing the AWP away. He's just gonna go maximum damage at this point. Throwing all the grenades away that he can. He wants to make as much noise as possible, just deny them from saving any utility from his body. He just picks up the FAMAS, goes for the damage. If he gets 1, he's gonna be happy. They're not gonna be able to save the AWP. Even throws the rifles away. Look at that. He's just playing it smart at this point.
If he chose that grenade towards blue, he would have found the kill, but Caliber will be ready, and he will be holding. Will go down. That's a great recovery. That's a great round from the stand-in there as well. I mean, Caliber getting 3 kills there. Skade, they were on the back foot from the get-go. Le Mans found an opening 2 picks, I believe, and well, with only, you know, a few FAMASes to work with, I think they had 1 M4. That's a good result for them. But I mean, I'm looking at it, Ted. It's 15-7. It's perfect Counter-Strike. You know, I love to say it. Skade need to be on point here for the next 8 rounds, and I don't think it's going to be possible. They might be able to find this one after Oxygen opens it up. Le Mans won't have the success he had in the last round towards long, and now Ago are on the back foot.
You know, for as much as I don't want to say it, I feel like at this point, it's not a matter of if Ago are going to close it out. It's more of a matter of when they're going to do it. And I really feel like if Skade managed to win 9-10 rounds, they're going to be happy with it, because they kind of got the momentum in the end of the game, but they're gonna be like, yeah, in the end we got warmed up. It was just us being not being on point in the first rounds, in the first half, so that's what lost it to for us. But we were actually doing great in the end, so we're gonna be going into Ancient thinking that we actually have a chance to force a decider. But let's see, for the time being, they're gonna find a double opening, and now we go to the 3v5.
The 3v5, there is a little bit of time for Aggo to work with, but not an awful lot. And the setup for Skade here should hold. And it looks like Aggo are going to make their way towards short feet, just messing up his movement there a little bit. But very unlikely that Aggo get up onto this A site. Name of the game, though, is just going to be damage. If they can do it, Dennis already on a fast flank, so he should be able to find a few kills. There's one, there's two. Can he get the third? And yes, he will. Dennis Law will confirm a clean round for Skade. And
you would love to see this a bit earlier.
Yeah, you would, yeah. But, I mean, Skade, you'd love to see it earlier in the half to play like this. It is looking a little bit better. But it's only one mistake. It's only one mistake that Skade need to make. And we're going over to Ancient.
Good news for them is that they will probably get a chance to try and make it 9, but we go to another technical timeout. I don't love that. I don't love that. Not a big fan of it. I really hope that no one else has some technical issues, because imagine Skade need a second stand-in now. That's just gonna be awful.
Yeah, it would be pretty disappointing. But to be fair, Caliber has played quite well. I mean, you could maybe make an argument for the one mistake he made just with the miscommunication with Denislaw, which allowed Denislaw to die from short. But I mean, that happens.
And that's one mistake, and you're not playing in your own team. Like, you are being stand-in, and you're not being stand-in against a bad team. So it kind of happens to have these moments of miscommunications, but overall he's been actually solid. You know, for as much as you can be solid when your team is losing 15-8.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to play well when you're losing this badly, I feel. And, well, Skade, they have a chance to at least, you know, decrease the deficit. Here we see the boost coming in, but Denislaw, he's dropped Furlan. The man won't be able to find anything with the AK initially. Man advantage gained once again from Skade. But as you can see, you know, this is only a few upgraded pistols. There's not a lot invested in the round. Denislaw missing that shot. Nice bait out there from Rallen. Molly goes over. And the man is going to peek out right into Denislaw's crosshair. I'm not too sure about the idea about that one. But the bomb is dropped. Now Rallen has to go and try and get it back. Doesn't want to push in. Wants to be careful. Comes out of bullets now. Rallen is going to push through the smoke. Is Denislaw going to be aware of this? No, he's not. He goes down. I go, at least have a chance.
Yep. Rallen, if he doubles up, takes down Oxygen, but the off-angle is just too strong. That's the bump as well. Piku needs to find a kill, and Oxygen is going to double up. Duplicate getting the kill onto Snatchy. That's going to be 9 on the board for Skade. No, they tried maybe catching Skade off guard with their own trick, but Denislaw was ready for it. That's a really cool detail. When you see that actual teams know how to counter plays that they're doing on the T side, because in a lot of the games you see a team doing something on the T side, they go onto the CT, their opponents do the same round that they were doing in the first half, and they have no idea how to stop it, and they're surprised. We can see that Denislaw was actually aware of the possibility, but now, again, it's gonna be a tough task. Back to the buys.
Back to the boys. Snatchy is on a glass cannon. Aggo, they are being a little bit slow about this one, and I would like to see them do a little bit of a long pop here. Now, it looks like that's what we are going to see in the next moment. They are just waiting. As we see the smokes and the flash go over. Oxygen, he's pretty alone here, but he will find the first kill. He drops the bomb. Now the rotation from Duplicate is coming in. He needs it now. Le Man will take it down. Duplicate finds one around the smoke. It is going to be traded back. This is good, but are they going to be aware? Caliber has gotten up close. He's going to be the third man here. Le Man gets another trade. The fight continues towards long, but Le Man will just get away with the bomb. And look at this. Rallen, he's out. He has the B site under his control. Skade are in trouble in this one.
Yeah, and they realized it. Denislow has cleared out long, but Rainwaker, he can't be aggressive at this point. He wants to be, but he knows he can't. He needs to wait for Denislow. He's gonna try and take some middle control at least, but still waiting for the Oper. They want to clear out the entire middle area. And the problem maker is going to be Rollin. Does Rainwaker check for this? Is he aware? Does he look there? No, he has no idea. Rainwaker taken down. And that's going to leave Danny in the clutch. He needs to do it all by himself. The AWP already, but they're going to go for the double peek. He's going to spot both of them. Not going down just yet, but surely this is just an impossible round. If he white peeks and goes for the kill towards the door player, the swing from window is going to come immediately, so it's just going to be impossible for him. Goes for the peak, goes down to Roland, and that's it. GG 16-9. Ago take down map number 1, the map pick of Skade. They steal it away. And ladies and gents, we're going to be hopping into a short break before we come back with map number 2, which is going to be Ashen, the map choice of Ago, to see if they're going to be joining in to play against Entropic in the semifinal tomorrow, or to see if